starting with those live updates that we are getting from Amravati, where the NIA team that has now reached the Kohle police station, and in a way they are also trying to recreate the crime scene, as we are reporting live from Amravati, right from the shop where Umesh Kohle was walking, and on that night intervening when he was hacked to death, right in front of his family. And what exactly that led to his death was those pictures, those posts that he had forwarded, not written, forwarded multiple times into a Black Freedom group that he was a part, and also his long friend, Dr. Yusuf, by the name, who has been mentioned in that group. It was Dr. Yusuf, a friend of Umesh Kohle for the last 16 years. He forwarded that post of Umesh Kohle in another group. Now what is being said, that actually led to the death of Umesh Kohle. That is exactly where the plan was made to kill Umesh Kohle. Straight away going across to Arunil. Arunil, the NIA team reaching the Kohle police station. Take us through those live updates, please.
Well, Amita, you can see the NIA team has reached the Kohle police station. We are understanding from our sources that in this vehicle now, the accused in this case, 7 accused in this case, will be put up in this vehicle, and most likely they will be taken to the crime spot for the recreation of the entire murder incident on that fateful evening. Now, this will be the second such recreation of the crime scene that will be done of the accused. The NIA giving out a very clear-cut message over here that they are very much in charge over here, because the Amravati police, when it was investigating that case, they had given out or divulged details linking the murder of Umesh Kohle to Nupur Sharma after 10 days. They had taken 10 days to divulge the details. Here, the NIA giving out a very clear-cut message that they will be very much on the ground, and they will be doing it in broad daylight to give out messages to those people who were threatening the people in Amravati who had put up posts in support of Nupur Sharma. These people were asked to give out a public apology via social media. That had been done around 10 days before the death of Umesh Kohle. And another important development, Amita, that I am understanding is that one of the person who is calling, he's saying that I'm calling from Rebar. Now, Rebar Foundation is under the ambit of investigation. It is an NGO which was run by Irfan Sheikh. The Irfan Sheikh was the owner of Rebar, and Irfan Sheikh has been seen as the main mastermind in this case. So 10 to 11 days before the murder of Umesh Kohle, when these calls were allegedly made by Rebar Foundation, then it clearly establishes that if Amravati police would have acted on time, then these people who were making the threatening calls, they could have been apprehended, they could have been arrested beforehand, and Umesh Kohle's life could have been saved.
Right, because Arunil, why wasn't this issue flagged up at the earliest? Because now there is a political blame game also happening over there. But when it comes to the questions being raised against the police, why wasn't this investigation taken head on, especially when it comes to the speaking to the family? Had they also given those details to the police if they were receiving any death threats?
Well, there is a high possibility that such kind of a threat may have come to Umesh Kohle as well. He may not have recorded the phone. He may have he may have ignored such kind of threats coming to him. And was it the reason that he was killed to give out a message to other people in Amravati? That is something that the National Investigation Team will also be looking into, because I spoke to one of the senior officers from Amravati Police. They also accepted this fact, saying that yes, these calls, these threatening calls are being put up, are in public domain now because they were recorded by the person who received it. Many times we don't record the calls as well. Then you don't have any proof regarding that. Many times you don't share anything with your family members because you just feel that these are only threatening calls. They will not be taking any kind of extreme measures in this. So that is extremely paramount, because the calls to the other members were from Rebar Foundation. If the Rebar Foundation people were calling and Rebar Foundation owner is in custody, is being seen as the main mastermind, then there is a high possibility that if the cops are on record are denying it, but there is a high possibility that such calls may have gone to Umesh Kohle as well. He may not have shared with his family members. He may not have recorded it because he didn't pay heed to the threats, or they must have felt that nothing extreme may happen out of it. But we saw what happened on the fateful evening of June 31st, when he was hacked to death in such a way that she was brutally attack only a few meters, like not even 20 meters from the hospital, but when he was rushed to the hospital, nobody could save his life.
Right, Arunil, we are looking at a lot of movement there happening with the NIA team also reaching Amravati and taking the accused to recreate the crime scene, because you were right there a few minutes back when you were at the same road when the killing had happened, when the attack happened on Umesh, Kohle, exactly the sequence of events, because it will be very important for the NIA team to also recreate the crime scene.
Well, that is right. The officers have been seen with some kind of documents as well. In that very room, I saw some of these officers going through some vital documents related to this entire crime scene. Now, these visuals from Kotwali police station that our video journalist Mahesh Kattam is giving us, that is extremely important, because when the accused will be brought out as per our sources and taken to the crime scene, the entire crime scene will be recreated over there. How exactly these two teams of the attackers, they were operating, what roads they had taken, everything will be studied by the NIA team. Obviously, they have intensely interrogated the accused in this case. The Amravati police also obviously must have shared some kind of vital inputs with the NIA, because they were investigating this case until 2 days back. So